think the reason why this dynamic between them was so good is because their relationship and success could very well not have worked out had the two doubted each other even just a little bit, or their goals not have been aligned, or if Erwin hadn't been willing to give up on his dream. No one would ever have made it to the basement, and their time together wouldn't have ended on such a good note. Hi, Griffith. Guts and Griffith is one of my favorite duos in all of anime and manga. The way these guys' relationship was built up in the Golden Age saga was genius, and a lot of that geniusness I think gets revealed when we look at them through the lens of the Bronson Brains dynamic. Now, I think at some point these guys had like a falling out or whatever. I don't really remember exactly what happened, but I'm sure it wasn't anything that serious. For now, these guys are best buddies, or at least they become that pretty quick. At first, Gus is a bit weary of Griffith and just people in general, but he quickly falls in line like the rest of the Hawks, because where Erwin had a ton of soldiers and the scouts who didn't believe in him, who would run away at the first sign of danger, almost everyone in the band of the Hawks had their full trust in Griffith, just like Levi had in Erwin. After Griffith saves Guts during their first big battle, Guts starts to see just how great he is. But what's ironic about this encounter is that it's explained to us that Griffith trusts Guts, something that he will eventually come to regret. But for now it makes sense. Guts becomes the captain of the Hawks and has full trust in Griffith. The two of them save each other's lives on the battlefield countless times. No matter what happens, they have each other's backs. No matter who opposes them, they somehow find a way to get rid of them. But along the line, Guts gets pushed to places he never wanted to go and has to do things he never wanted to do. Like, you see this kid, boom, dead. Fuck that kid, he needs the mill. And right after that, we get this chapter right here called The Precious Thing. This chapter, I believe, is the single most important chapter when it comes to understanding Guts and Griffith's relationship. It not only gives meaning and understanding to the rest of this arc, it's also the catalyst for the rest of the story, and it all has to do with what both of their respective dreams are. I talked a lot in this video about dreams and goals, particularly when it came to Erwin, which is because, in my opinion, a character's goal is one of the most important parts of a character. I would even say it's the most important, because the goal is what informs the character's every action. Without a goal, the story of One Piece doesn't even start. Luffy would never set out to become the Pirate King or find the One Piece. But through a goal, we get to see what a character is willing to sacrifice to achieve it, how they adapt to obstacles blocking their goal, and why they even want it so bad in the first place. And that's what makes Berserk and this specific chapter so great, because we have Griffith, who has a dream he wants to achieve more than anything no matter what, and then Guts, who doesn't really have a goal. And when he listens in on Griffith's conversation here, he realizes just how much of a problem that really is. Griffith goes on to explain what type of person he sees as a friend. All the soldiers and the band of the Hawks, as much as he's very fond of them, he doesn't regard them as friends. To him, a friend is someone who follows their dream or goal until the end, instead of following someone else's dream. Even if Griffith and this person would clash and fight due to their dreams crossing paths, that would be the ideal friend for him. Someone who is his equal, which is exactly what Guts isn't. And so Griffith doesn't consider Guts his friend. These words from Griffith messes with Guts. They haunt him. They're the root of all his insecurities, because again, he doesn't have a dream.